Louisa.
DJ Money Coach coming to you live again. I want to show you this magnificent beach, white sands, emerald water, and you need to come here and be with us on the Pom Pom Tour, baby. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Join me on the beaches of the World Club, Zanzibar style. What do you say, baby? Come with us. Coming to you live at Nungwi Beach in Zanzibar, baby. I want you to enjoy the Pom Pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club and these amazing entrepreneurs on the beach, giving you great things, beautiful people, beautiful time, sunset, and awesome Zanzibar, baby.
How do you say your shop? Pama Starfish Tours. So here you can go jet ski, you can go, what else? What else you got? Come talk to me. Let them know what you got.
So we have a jacket, sleeper, something like that, matching. Yeah, we are open every day here.
Open every day. And what can the people do? They can do jet skis.
Yeah.
Can they do kite surfing?
Yeah.
Jet ski, kite surfing.
Yeah, like this.
Okay, what else? That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So we got jet skis and kite surfing here at the Pama Starfish Tours. Nungwi Beach offers so much beautiful white sand, beautiful water, and beautiful shopping. Come and join us. We are the 7 Spheres of Money, DJ the Money Coach team, and we live the Pom Pom lifestyle. It's a movement. Come and check us out in Zanzibar.
You can only live the Pom Pom lifestyle if you're here with you. I'll see you next time.
All right, there we go. All right, everybody. Welcome to Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach. The show is brought to you by the DJ the Money Coach team and the 7 Spheres of Money systems. And before we get into tonight's beach, like, share, and subscribe to DJ the Money Coach right here on YouTube and help us spread the message, the good word of the Pom Pom lifestyle movement. And what is the Pom Pom lifestyle movement? That's plenty of money, peace of mind, and we invite you to come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And tonight's beach is Zanzibar Grand Opening, happening MLK weekend 2024. So only a few months from now. So without further ado, let's get into it. What's going on, DJ?
What's happening, Nick? Everything's good. You know what I say, man. Any day above ground with health, thank God it's Friday. You ought to be excited. And if you don't have health, I wish you a fast recovery. And after that, we wish you financial independence, which requires work. So we actually have 100 days to the grand opening on MLK weekend 2024. And why is that significant? Because MLK, just like Malcolm X, fought for your freedom. And there's nothing better than being free through equity and ownership. Equity and ownership. So we're going to top off this amazing 3-year, journey to actually open up a beautiful 220 unit luxury residential resort, ladies and gentlemen. So the emphasis on residential. What does that mean? That means people come there and they stay for short-term periods of time, 60, 90, 120 days. So it's not like your typical resort that you go there for maybe a week or two. This is a resort where you come stay and actually live, a quarter of your year. That's the amazing thing about it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the only resort of its kind on the peninsula. Well, actually, it's only one or two because we're building a second one that'll be finished in 2027. So we're excited about that. So this is an amazing journey that began just about 3 years ago. And we're about to culminate this journey with a grand opening, and nowhere better than Zanzibar, and no better weekend to celebrate it than Martin Luther King's weekend, because Martin Luther King is a universal, iconic legend who helped us, get our rights during the civil, rights, era. So that's one of the most important things. So instead of you just taking that day and doing nothing, you ought to come, pack your bags, and take a bite out of Zanzibar. That's right. Take a bite out of Zanzibar. The B is for buy all the real estate humanly possible in Zanzibar. The I is for invest in the ancillary businesses that support the resort. See, a lot of you are consumers and you don't understand that most of the money made on behalf of resorts are through the ancillary services. That's right. What do I mean? Think about this. Commercial waste management. Somebody's got to pick up the trash. Somebody's got to do pest control. Somebody's got to clean every one of those units as a maid service or housekeeping. We all know that when you pick up that phone, housekeeping, that's big, big business. Then you have concierge. That's for you big ballers, the ones that don't want to do anything, have all the money, and you just have somebody schedule everything that you do from the moment you step out of your house into your private driver or your Uber to the airport. You don't see your bags. You get to the resort, it's all put away in the, dressers hung up. That's called concierge. That's when they provide you with every little bitty nuance and things that you need from an excessive luxury standpoint. That's called concierge. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry at multi-billion-dollar resorts. Then you have excursions. What is that? That means, them little things you want to do for that experience. You want to go windsurfing. You want to go, motorboating. You want to go, snorkeling. You want to go deep sea fishing. You want to go see the whales. Or in our instance, at our resort, you want to go kite surfing, which is the season. So you want all that stuff planned. You want to go on a safari, or you want to go to see the Serengeti, which is right up the road. Those are all excursions. Those are huge tourist experiences that you video, you take pictures, and you reflect on it that, wow, man, this is what life is all about. So that's the concierge business. Then two that you don't even think about, which are only way you can get to the resorts, is through travel and transportation. So travel, we don't think about that because we're not the ones that are providing the travel. We're utilizing the travel. That's planes, bus, train to get to your destination. In our situation, it's via plane. So the travel industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Last year alone, ladies and gentlemen, Black professionals spent $109 billion on air travel and resort destinations. And you know what? Unfortunately, we own less than 2% of the assets. I'm going to say that again. Unfortunately, we own less than 2% of assets. And matter of fact, we can go back to the beginning of the antebellum and go back to the Reconstruction and go back to the Emancipation Proclamation. And back then, guess what? Blacks owned only 2% of all the hard assets on the planet. How can that be, Nick, that we fast forward 500 years and we still own 2% or less of everything? That's a rhetorical question. Don't answer that. Okay. So that's the travel part. And then the transportation. When you get to the island, transportation and roads outside of the resorts are very bad. So most people like ourselves have private drivers. So that's a burgeoning industry. And in our ecosystem of the ancillary services, those 5 ancillary businesses, which are not ancillary for them, those are primary businesses, but it's ancillary for the resort. They represent, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hold your breath on this one, $330 million a year in commerce. I'm going to say that again, $330 million a year in commerce, because the number one product on the island of Zanzibar is tourism. And by the time we reach 2027, ladies and gentlemen, that ancillary business and the resort that we're opening up again on MLK 24 will represent $1.3 billion worth of revenue annually. And when we fast forward to 2032, we will be burgeoning upon $200-300 billion. And the reason why I say that is because you have to do your homework, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to go out right now and pick up this case study called Africa Rising. And it actually gives you a case study of the massive growth for the next 100-200 years in Africa, that right now their economy is on the verge of being the most disruptive economy from a middle class standpoint. The average African is only 20 years of age on the whole entire continent, Nick. And up the eastern seaboard, where Tanzania and Zanzibar lies, is 300 million people right now on the upper eastern seaboard of the continent of Africa. And on the peninsula of Zanzibar right now, it's 1.3 million. So if you know how to study businesses like we do, you get out in front and capture all this gold. And that's what we're doing. So that's the I. And then the T is to travel, albeit a bucket list trip, but most importantly, as small business owners, and E, experience it exclusively with DJ the Money Coach. So let's sit back, relax, and take a bite out of Zanzibar. And as always, Nick, I'm always long-winded when I'm excited about something that I know we have equity and ownership in. So that's how I feel today, Nick. Back to you, my brother.
All right. So I think that next thing we got to go to is we have some updates for the folks. You know, you had a lot of things going on recently with DJ the Money Coach. I mean, even just a couple of days ago. You know, so I think we got to update the folks on what you know, what we've been doing, where you've been this week. Yeah, the people want to know.
Well, you know, I feel like that character, Where's Waldo? So now you can say, where's DJ the Money Coach at? And where are we going? So you're right, Nick. We've been on a whirlwind tour promoting, you know, the 5 core principles which we, you know, live by. What we live by, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, Nick, pull it up on the big screen. Cooperative economics. Cooperative economics. Some people would call it collaboration. Some people would call it collective. But in essence, in business, it's called cooperative economics. So for the past 6 weeks, we have been practicing astutely and purposely, Nick, cooperative economics with other Black organizations in the diaspora. So we're going to show you some of the organizations that we work with over the last 6 weeks, as recently as just 2 days ago, and then 7 days before that we continue to practice that. Because without cooperative economics, we're going to continue to own less than 2% of all the assets that we contribute hundreds of billions of dollars to. So number 2, over the last 6 weeks, we have been leveraging our professional network. So we practice cooperative economics, but we leverage our professional networks. And we've done that with a variety of different organizations, Nick. We've done that with the Go Entrepreneur Tour that we did at Rice University on September 23rd, which was the first leg of 3 that will end in a culmination on when? Martin Luther King's birthday in Zanzibar. We also leveraged our network by partnering up with Dame Dash. And we actually did an interview with Dame Dash last week, recapping the Go Entrepreneur Tour. And then in addition to that, we just did an amazing interview on the platform called Black Wall Street. And man, Black Wall Street is phenomenal. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Martell for, executing a phenomenal interview. If you haven't seen it, go to Black Wall Street, or as a matter of fact, you can at DJ the Money Coach or at Black Wall Street, and you'll see that phenomenal interview held by the amazing Martell, and they got a great organization. After that, we couldn't even take a breath, Nick. Next thing I know, we're hanging out with our man Ezzy, the founder of the Diaspora African Conference that was just held at the IN right in Houston on this past Thursday, and it was jam-packed. So we have been in a whirlwind tour. And you know what? Don't let me forget, shout out to PA Billings at Jams at PA, who's the founder and owner of 3 amazing radio stations. So we actually did an interview twice on his platform. We did an interview on his platform, broadcast out of Michigan, broadcast out of Orlando, Florida. And you know what? Don't even let us forget our other partner, Isaiah, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We were on her platform as well, and she even came down and participated in the Go Entrepreneur Tour. PA came down and participated in the Go Entrepreneur Tour. So we've been on a world-class wind of leveraging our professional network. And why is that important, Nick? Because in order for us to scale up, we have to have, what do I call? Access to execution. And our professional network allows us to do that. And then the third thing that we have been exemplifying through these practicing of cooperative economics, leveraging the professional networks, is we've taken foundational, solid ecosystems, the 7 spheres of money, which we created in December of 2002, and then we've partnered with other successful ecosystems and came together instead of, combating with one another. We came together to create an interdependent relationship to actually scale up and make it better for everybody, because there's always more room at the top, brother. So we took our ecosystems, brought them together interdependently, and created a massive scale up so everybody in our community can take advantage of it. And what that leads into, most importantly, because we own 100% of everything that we do, ladies and gentlemen, it provides you with equity and ownership. Equity and ownership. Those are the 5 core principles of the 7 spheres of money system that we have been operating, seamlessly, successfully, and with us, for us, by us since 2002 of December. So that's what you're going to see in today's show. We're going to give you a hodgepodge, a compilation of a different snapshots of everything we do. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, you can't be a spectator in success. You have to be a producer in success. So what does that mean? That means you have to plug in, just like our partners have plugged in, and press yes, first and foremost, to say you like the show. Secondly, share it with somebody. And third, guess what? Subscribe. And you know what all 3 of those are, Nick? Free. Amazingly, they're free. But if you take them and apply them, you will actually make hundreds of thousands of dollars annually if you do the 4x4. So Nick, let's put up the 4x4, because I think we've gotten away from explaining to them the fundamentals, and they've getting lost in the sauce of looking at all the sizzle. But you're not getting the steak if you don't lay the foundation. And what you're seeing here over the last 6 weeks is a culmination of a solid foundation. And that solid foundation begins with what we call the 4x4. Number 1, we call it the 4 dirty little words. The first one is, ladies and gentlemen, discipline. If you don't discipline yourself, somebody else will discipline you, and you will be very unhappy for the rest of your life. So my father told me, he said, you know what? Master the hard things in life and life is easy, baby. You'll live the pom-pom lifestyle, plenty of money, peace of mind. But master the easy things in life, and life is a living hell the older you get. So number one, discipline. Number two, accountability. What does that mean? If Nick tells me, DJ, we're firing up the broadcast at 6:35 Central, 7:35 Eastern time, we have to be accountable to our word. And our accountability, it means plugging into a proven system of success. Our system of success, again, ladies and gentlemen, it's called, give me the big screen, Nick, the 7 spheres of money. The 7 spheres of money. And what that is, ladies and gentlemen, is accounting, insurance, banking, financial planning, real estate, estate planning, and legal. And what that means is this is a system that I created that actually taps you into actual firms that actually work in corporate America doing business with Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 1000, and Fortune 1 companies. Each one of our partnerships have been selected and vetted, as I was sharing at the conference, on how to break down the self-hate between ourselves is going through the proper vetting process. So the 7 spheres of money provides professionals like you how to actually engage with CPAs, financial planners, real estate brokers, mortgage bankers, certified estate planners, legal departments that do business in a 7-figure, 8-figure world, but bring it down to your world to give you the access exclusively to execute. So that's the system that we plug in. If you don't have a financial system, then you should plug into ours. If you have one that's successful and it works, keep on working it, baby. Okay? So with that, then you got to do the most important component. They say, you know what, Nick? God says he can't drive a parked car. God says he can't drive a parked car. So you can have all the faith, but faith without actions means zero. So you got to put your car into drive, and the drive gear has got to be a marathon, Nick. It's 2 to 5 years of practicing the 4 dirty little words. Not 2 to 5 days, not 2 to 5 weeks, not 2 to 5 months. This is a 2 to 5 year system in order to reap the deep fruit that we have. It's like the bamboo tree. 7 years, you water it, you don't see any growth. And that 7th year, boom, it turns into amazing, huge tree that's 100 feet in the top of the sky. So that's the 4 dirty little words. Now you got to back that up with some intangibles. We call these the soft skills, ladies and gentlemen. The 4 Ps, okay? The first one is always on display and it's always off display, and you can notice it in a blink of an eye. Professionalism. What do we mean by professionalism? Real simple. It means, number one, speak the King's English. I'm not necessarily saying speak English grammatically all the time. I'm saying if you're talking to a software engineer, his or her King's English is software jargon. Does everybody understand that? Talk about hubs, switchers, routing, coding, deciphering. That's the King's English in the software world. If we're talking about in my world, which is finances, talk about profit and loss, EBITDA, income statements, balance sheets, assets, liabilities. Do you understand where I'm coming from? If you're talking about in actually high school, which Nick is a high school teacher and an English teacher specifically, now we're going to talk about commas, semicolons. How do I write an essay? Intro, body, close. That's the King English, and make sure it's grammatically correct and your grammar actually conjugates properly. That's the King's English. So that's one leg of professionalism. The second leg is look the part. As you'll see in these conferences, you didn't see DJ the Money Coach with pants hanging off his butt. You'll see me dressed up in business attire because it's a business conference. I came to conduct business, therefore I look like business. The third part is punctuality. Punctuality. What does that mean, Nick? If the broadcast again starts at 7:35 p.m., we should be ready at 7:15 p.m. Punctuality. So that is professionalism. That's the first P of the 4 Ps. The second P is where you have to have focus. It's called persistence. And it's persistently work your plan. Persistently work your plan. What's next? What's next? What's next? Don't let emotions get involved. What's next? If things go great, don't be yelling from the rooftop. What's next? If things don't go the way you want, what's next? And persistently follow your plan. The third one is what separates the amateurs from the professionals. It's perseverance. You have to expect, as an entrepreneur or a leader, things are going to go good, things are going to go bad, and every part of your life, you either coming into a storm or coming out of a storm, and you have to know how to engage with it non-emotionally. Don't let somebody trigger you because they can't control you, because you can control yourself. And that's where the men separate themselves from the boys and the women separate themselves from the girls. And this is where true entrepreneurs separate themselves for wannabes. See, I've been an entrepreneur successfully for over 20 plus years. I've been in an entrepreneur game for 30 years, but I've mastered perseverance because I expect challenges that which are, opportunities in disguise. And I don't get too over the top, elated when we knock something out the park also. So that's perseverance. And then last but not least, the most important P, just like in the 4 dirty little words, you got to perform, baby. In most cases, this performance is based on a sliver of opportunity. Literally, you can actually have an important person like Danielle Estrada give you 3 minutes of her time to articulate why Zanzibar, why take a bite out of it with DJ the Money Coach is impactful to Microsoft. And if you can't perform, next. Or you get the opportunity to meet Ezzy of the Diaspora African Conference and literally get like 60 seconds when he's already planned this conference 6 months in advance, and he gives us an invitation 5 days before the conference and puts us on the panel. That's performance. If somebody wakes you up, ladies and gentlemen, at 4 o'clock in the morning and you've been dead asleep and they say, give me your elevator pitch, you got to knock it out the park. And most people don't have the ability to do that. So let me give you the rounding definition of a professional, an all-star, and a superstar. I want you to write this down, ladies and gentlemen. A professional already has the talent, the skills, and experience to be in the game. So that means you've got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, a PhD. You got all that formal education, so you are qualified. But an all-star is a person that delivers time and again at the highest level of the game to constantly produce the 4 dirty little words and the 4 Ps. So they get elevated in their stature. That'll be somebody like Dame Lillard. He's an all-star, perennial all-star, right? But the superstar is the one everybody comes to see. And every time the game is on the line, the job is on the line, the event is on the line, the sale is on the line, all the pressure and everybody is lining up to knock them down, that superstar produces time and time again. And the only superstar that we're going to even mention in this lane is Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X. These are superstars. And not without saying, obviously, the Most High. Because these individuals, when the chips and the game was on the line and everybody knew it and they knew they were getting the ball, they knew they were getting the last round, they knew they were having the last breath, they produced. That is the difference, ladies and gentlemen, between a professional, an all-star, and a superstar. My question to you, which one are you? And if you're not a professional, go get the academic education. If you are a professional, rise up and get better at situations and become an all-star. But there's very few superstars, ladies and gentlemen. Very few superstars. And you know what the reality is? We all can be superstars, Nick, but we don't want to do the 4x4 on a consistent basis, day in, day out, without complaining, unemotionally. What's next? Lay the foundation do the work, answer the bell, and when they know you are the one that they're trying to stop or they depend on to get the job done, you always deliver. And that's what makes you a superstar. And we unapologetically call our program a superstar program, not because we say so, it's because over 45,000 people, ladies and gentlemen, have sat down with me individually over the last 7 years. And over the last 21 years, we have impacted over 150,000 people on our platform. And from the C-suite working with Chase Bank down to the D-suite working with our local schools and the Title I programs and our STEM programs. Does that make sense, Nick? So if you are engaged and you want to see what that evolution looks like, and even if you're starting out right now with $250,000 in debt, you have a 525 credit score like I had back in the late 90s, and you have your health, I can guarantee you in 2 to 5 years, you can have absolute success. We can teach you how to actually pay off all your debt, not file bankruptcy, elevate your credit score to 800, show you how to acquire business credit up to $100,000 interest-free in this environment, and buy assets that can help create $8,333 a month of passive income for you in 2 to 5 years. And that's what we've been doing in our vocation over the last 6 weeks to tell the story of the amazing Zanzibar resort that we're building, and it will be finally completed on Martin Luther King's birthday, 2024. And we're going to raise our glasses and we're going to salute Zanzibar and you. And we want you to come with us. We still have spots left. And if you haven't had that bucket list trip, and matter of fact, if you were like me just 3 years ago, hadn't stepped foot on the motherland and the continent, come on, baby. Come roll with us. As we always say, let's roll to the hole together and make it happen. And with that said, Nick, again, I get off on a tangent. I get so excited. Hey, let's show them a little bit of what we've been doing over the last 6 weeks, practicing cooperative economics, leveraging a professional network, building ecosystems interdependently, and doing equity and ownership with our brothers and sisters. We'll roll the tape. And we'll be right back after you see all these beautiful Black people enjoying prosperity and the pom-pom lifestyle with DJ the Money Coach.
Right. So yeah. So there's one of them right there. So DJ, why don't you tell the people what they just saw in that clip?
Oh yeah. So that was us actually this past Thursday at the Diaspora African Conference with the founder and amazing speakers, the founder Ezra, and it was amazing. I mean, we had every African represented in the Houston metropolitan area at the Ion, and the Ion is actually owned by Rice University, which I just found out about. So we had amazing professors, we had amazing real estate developers, we had amazing software engineers, we had amazing African original cuisine, man, the cuisine, which is off the chain. We had amazing original African fabrics and clothing and jewelry. This is the one time, Nick, and you know me, my mantra is, don't come to a business conference selling jewelry, food, and stuff. But when it is apropos to the actual message, which this was from Africa, it made sense because you have to share with them the culture, if that makes sense. So I'm going to also do a shout out to Kavachi, who actually I bought her book. It's called Fufu Food. It actually gives you recipes from Nigeria, Ghana, man, all around the beautiful, western, continent of Africa. And it was spectacular. So on top of that, we had the people who run travel, business, schools. Man, it was just amazing, brother. I mean, I never seen a better conference put on in my whole life. It was professional. It was sharp. It was succinct. The acknowledgement of the sponsors from Pinnock. Shout out to Pinnock. They did an amazing job underwriting the event, and they just filled up the room, man, with nothing but sharp people who wanted to work together, friendly, very well, put together. I mean, I can't wait to do the next conference with them. And matter of fact, we're going to be bringing that conference to Zanzibar. And another thing, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about cooperative economics, we're not just opening up a luxury residential resort. We're actually going to do 4 to 6 major conferences every year. The conference, which we already began in the process, is called the Pom Pom Lifestyle. That's where we take you over there, let you experience the continent, and specifically the island of Zanzibar, to get your feet wet. The second conference that we already done is the FinTech Conference. That's the master of the world right now. Anybody doing anything in technology is attached to finances, and they're dominating the world. That's basically Silicon Valley. So in Zanzibar, our conference is the #1 conference in all of Tanzania. So that's the second conference, Nick. Then third, we have to tap into the health and the wealth. So we're going to have a health and wealth annual conference with doctors, holistic people, medicinal people. That every year you'll be able to take the herbs and the spices from Africa, specifically from Spice Island in Zanzibar, to actually show you how to get away from the pharmaceutical, demons on this planet. Okay? So that's the health and wealth. Now, my passion, financial education. So we're actually going to have a financial education conference for children, as well as individuals, as well as small businesses, to actually show you how to actually build businesses in Zanzibar and in Tanzania, where you can actually become a resident and you can actually have corporate residency as well. And then last but not least, we haven't forgot you. We're going to bring the soul, which is the music and the culture. But we're only talking about positive stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to be out here, doing, demonic things. We're talking about great African beats, great soul, neo, and house music at an adult level where everybody can participate at a G audience, recommendation. So these are some of the things that we're putting in place. And if you're watching this and you represent one of those organizations that practices the 4 dirty little words, practices the 4 Ps, and you share the same ethics, morals, and principles, then get with us, because we're still looking for a couple of partners to help pull off the events that'll be annual events at our amazing resort. So that's what you have seen, okay? So the next thing that you're going to see that Nick is going to show you is actually going to be another little snippet of the amazing event we pulled off at Rice University. And this is a major accomplishment, ladies and gentlemen, because everything that we did at Rice University is now an oral history in the annals at the Rice University Business School. And we had multiple people who graduated from Rice University's B School, which they have the #1 entrepreneurship program in the country, said ours was better. And I know it's better because guess what? We're successful entrepreneurs, been doing this for 2 to 3 decades. And most people that teach in business schools, no disrespect, they are pontificating and they never built. So we brought them the real stuff with Dame Dash. We brought them the real stuff with Jacqueline Beauchamp, who's the only Microsoft certified video game developer and certified AI and virtual reality person that Microsoft has just signed a $200 million plus contract with the government that they have to give 20% of that business to Black certified developers and AI programmers. Guess what? Jacqueline Beauchamp is one of them. She's currently hiring 55 new engineers to put this program in action. And she's also curating and actually developing artificial intelligence and virtual reality for 3 major museums across the country over the next 12 to 36 months. So we brought them to the table. Then my favorite out of all, which they all great, we're bringing this disruptive technology that's creating its own industry, just like YouTube created its own industry, just like Google created its own industry. Are you following me, ladies? Just like Netflix created its own industry. So we have a Black-owned, Disruptive technology that beat Google twice in the patent office, beat Microsoft twice in the patent office, and beat Sony Entertainment in the patents office to provide what's called Grab TV. And all I can tell you about Grab TV, ladies and gentlemen, is that it turns your television into a point of sale with a click or a voice to buy anything you see on a live broadcast. It's going to become $1 trillion industry, and it's created by Black men. And here's the great thing about it, Nick. They're never going to give up equity and ownership, and they're never not going to be known about like those 3 pioneers that we always talk about. Look up McHenry, created the .com. You couldn't even see us right now without McHenry. Our brother Kevin Sampson, he actually created the transmission signal to transmit the cell phone signal for cellular phones at Motorola. And then last but not least, what is her name? Maria Van Britten. She created the home surveillance system, but you know nothing about them. And they created multi-trillion-dollar industries that you know nothing about. But you know who, Elon Musk is, who did not create an electrical car, for your information. He actually forced the owner of Tesla out and took over his company. Go do the research. You know about Zuckerberg, who actually stole the Harvard student directory. Go check it out. These are facts. He did not create it. Does that make sense? And one little tidbit. You think Edison created electricity or the light bulb? He did not. It was actually created by a gentleman named, I think his name is Latimer. Do the check facts on this. But now, when you start seeing anything on my screen, like this is live, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy the ABCs of Wealth book right now, you literally can just click and buy it without an app. Real talk, baby. Imagine what that would do for your revenues instead of you having to qualify for amount of hours on YouTube or amount of shows you got to do on YouTube. As Dame Dash so eloquently and succinctly said, do you even know how they get paid for advertisement? YouTube made $6 billion last quarter. You know what they paid out to influencers and affiliate programs? $100 million. Tell me, what broadcast does YouTube create? What content does YouTube create? They have the broadcast, but they create zero content, but they pay you $1 out of every 600 that they make, and they never tell you the formula because they don't have to. We're not even monetizing. We don't even care, but we make more money than 98% of people on these platforms you see that got 100,000, 400, 500,000 people as subscribers. And I can show you the facts, baby. Because like them, YouTube, we're a business, and we're in business to do business. Does that make sense? So I don't need to have 10,000 subscribers and 5,000 hours for YouTube to give me some little pennies. We make money right now, baby. That's why you see us only promote our product, our services, and our partners only. Dollar for dollar, pound for pound. We are the best in business, baby. So you're going to see that as well. So Nick, you got the next one queued up because, I could talk forever. And a lot of times that's not what they need to see, because here's the thing. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. A video is worth billions. Just ask YouTube.
How many of you like to get financial education from somebody who makes less money than you make, have less assets than you have, and never have created anything of success?
We have us a Go Entrepreneur Experience Tour, and my first guest for my panel is going to be DJ the Money Coach.
We're creating history. How many of you like to get financial education from somebody who makes less money than you make, have less assets than you have, and never have created anything of success better than you have? Not created, like my man Dame Dash. It's called the 7 Spheres of Money. And I bridge the gap so that you can get the same service that Goldman Sachs will give to an accredited investor. How many of us, and I'm going to ask you for 3 things. Don't come to the party unprepared. Number 1, tell me what your skill is, and tell me what your passion is. Did y'all hear me? tell me what your skill is, and tell me what your passion is. Number 2, tell me what niche you can create in a market like Bowers did. He took the kolache and took it to Colorado Springs. Make sure you understand and listen to what I'm telling you. Tell me your skill. Tell me your passion. Tell me your niche. And number 3, tell me how you want to get in front of people. And if you can answer those 3 questions, call me. If not, don't waste your time and don't waste our time. And see, I'm going to keep it real with you. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Thank you.
Crystal clear. Thank you.
Yes, we're back. You're watching Family Finance Friday. Zanzibar grand opening, 100 days from today on MLK weekend 2024. There's a saying, don't see us there, beat us there. We have, I think, about 10 spots left. You can hit the link. All you have to do is put a $500 deposit and you'll get the bucket list trip of a lifetime. Zanzibar, ladies and gentlemen, is the #1 tourist destination in all of the continent of Africa. Let me explain to you why. And Nick, I know it's kind of off script, but we can do that. If you can find that slide that we have that shows the bullet points of what Zanzibar has become, the #1, you know how we got the millennials, it's the, Maldives of East Africa, why I'm talking, do that. So I'm going to explain to them why that is. Because let me give you a geographic lesson right now, ladies and gentlemen. How many of you have heard of Mount Kilimanjaro? That's the highest peak in all of Africa. That is a 15-minute flight from Zanzibar. How do I know? Because I landed in Mount Kilimanjaro on my way to Zanzibar, my last trip in July, which I spent over 3 weeks there. That's one of the reasons why. Number 2, the Serengeti. That's right. The amazing Serengeti that you saw that movie, The Lion King, which Disney tried to appropriate Hakuna Matata. They literally tried to trademark a Swahili language word. Ain't that something? But that's another story. So the Serengeti, ladies and gentlemen, is only about a 30-minute flight to Zanzibar. So what people do, they come to Zanzibar to actually do what we call an itinerary arc of travel. And they generally plan out 6 to 12 weeks because they have the fluency to do so. So first thing they do, ladies and gentlemen, they go up to Mount Kilimanjaro and they hang out there for 7 to 10 days. Then they slide down to the Serengeti and take on that amazing safari for 7 to 10 days. Now, if they've done all of that great stuff from a historical point, the peak, seeing the beautiful landscape and the wild animals and the terrain, now you know what they want to do? They want to come down to the most beautiful beach and have a nice drink, baby. So they fly right down to Zanzibar and they put their feet in the white sand and the crystal blue emerald green water that goes for miles. And the temperature of the water, every time I've been there, no matter if it was winter, summer, or spring in America, it ain't never been colder than 75 degrees. So that's what makes it the #1 destination. There's 3 types of people that currently come to Zanzibar. Millennials, you know who you are. You make everything sexy, baby. You go out there, you got the tight 8-pack, you got the 36, 24, 36, what a woman has, and everybody want to come there. But most of the time, millennials don't have a lot of, dollar bill, y'all. They got credit that they personally use, but they don't have real assets. So they make it sexy. Then the second group of people come there are people like you and me, professional middle class. They've accumulated some assets. They put some stuff together, and now they're looking for that second vacation home, or they're looking to take that whirlwind, lifetime experience trip or destination wedding. And they have the ability to go hang out for 2-3 months without, sweating an eye. And then you can live there comfortably. Then the third group of people is like I am, a developer. And we go out and catch that crowd and build and invest before you even know what it can be. And then when you start seeing it in full, 8D, you now want to participate. That's what it is. Real facts. And since it's a peninsula that is now considered the Maldives of East Africa, it's now going to surpass Mauritius, Madagascar, all of those places, because it's not as developed yet. But 5-10 years from now, you're not even going to be able to afford to be there unless you get in right now. So I would highly recommend, first and foremost, come take the trip with us. Second thing, if you are a small business owner, let me show you how to actually get your business off the ground in Zanzibar. You know how I know? What's the number one question I tell you, ask anybody trying to market something to you, Nick? What is the question they should ask?
Do you have equity and ownership in what you're trying to market to me?
Exactly, Nick. Exactly. And you know what that said? Let's do this. Let's show them the equity and ownership piece. You got that queued up? Can you show that to them? Rock it out and show them, because again, why should you take advice from anybody that don't own nothing? Don't have no assets. And I don't have anything negative about somebody as a consultant. But again, if you've been consulting so long, if you really believe in it, why don't you own it? And here's another nugget for you. If something were to happen to you and you have children, your children own nothing, because consulting agencies aren't assets unless you blow them up so significantly you got B2B long-term contracts. 98% of you ain't in that ballpark. But we have the assets and the equity, so we can actually take you crawl, walk, run to success of equity and ownership, because we already are doing it. So let me know, Nick, when you're ready. Cue that up. Let them see that, and we'll come back after these words.
This plot of land right here, $16,000, and we're gonna get it for 12. Build little small houses like this, 100% brick, and these houses are gonna be able to rent out for you for $1,250 to $2,000 a month. It's gonna be spectacular.
And we are about to make history. And we actually about to acquire a plot of land as a group with our advocate. An advocate is an attorney in Zanzibar, but the benefit of our main man, Godfrey, and a whole group. So y'all gonna see each one of us put our John Hancocks on this document, which is 3 pages. And by the time December gets here, you're gonna see a brand new 4 townhouse development built from this signature right here in this acquisition. So you got to get busy and you got to come to it. This is how legends began. Today is a historical event for both us and him, for all of our benefit. This ain't our first rodeo, and we're going to crawl, walk, run to success. And we're going to impact people generation to generation, because it's all about equity and ownership and partnership. Would you agree? Sure. Absolutely. So we'll see y'all next time. Hopefully you'll be part of the group. Peace out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And for all of you who are watching this, even in the replay, we actually purchased several acres of land on July 24th of this year. And that land right now, as we speak, as you see, is actually being excavated, and we'll have 4 deluxe townhouses with 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, in the ground pool, drive port, gated, with super technology provided by the creators of Grab TV that nobody has on the planet, that actually enable you to actually have what's called interoperability, which basically means I am a Android Samsung user. Let's say Nick is an Apple guy. All his stuff is Apple. And in his townhouse that he owns through us, he has everything Apple. But I want to stay in his house, Airbnb, VRBO. I will have a QR code provided for me by our founders of Grab TV that would allow me to operate all of his Apple products on the ISO system. That's right. Not only that, let's say you are all Google user, and my unit, because I'm a Samsung guy, is all Samsung TVs, phones, laptops, etc. But because you're a Google person, we'll be able to give you, again, a barcode on your phone, and you'll be able to use all of the Samsung products with your Google products seamlessly without even missing a beat, and you wouldn't even know it. And you better control it, ladies and gentlemen, from the comfort of your own home here in America. You better change the temperature, the thermostat, turn the lights out, drop the shades, all of that from a touch of your phone through a barcode. And it's phenomenal. The only one of its kind, ladies and gentlemen. So you can have Echo talk to Sirius, talk to Google. And I am not kidding you. If you don't believe it, we have a presentation that you can come to, and all you got to do is hit the link and you can see it for yourself. That's amazing. So let me go back and share some shouts out to some of the people that I had the benefit of getting to know. If you can give me full screen. So this is from the Diaspora African Conference, and this author created amazing Western African culture flavors traditional cookbook called The Art of Fufu. And it has all these amazing recipes and everything, but this is the amazing author right here. Kabachi, you want to look her up, and all you have to do is go to theartoffufu.com, and you can get all the amazing. This, look how great quality in this book. Nothing but first class. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I could have gotten the book for free, but you know what? I don't do free. I paid the amazing $25 to patronize and practice what? Cooperative economics. And you know what's so great about this, Nick? I paid for the book, and she turned right around, and unbeknownst to me, she gave me a 20% discount on a bigger event that I was looking to go to. I didn't even know she had anything to do with. You see how God's good to you? I didn't say, oh, sister, let me get the hookup. No, she said the book was $25. I said, let me go ahead and buy one. That's a tip, okay? So, notwithstanding, I told you about the event we were at. Here it is. Give me the big screen again, Nick. And they can take a screenshot for this, and you can actually register for all their future things. Again, it's the Diaspora African Conference, and provided by PENEC, which is a Nigerian company. That's a super huge multi-million-dollar company that actually wrote this event. And you can just go to the QR code, click on it, and get more information about the next upcoming events. All right? Cool. And then last one is what you saw at the Go Entrepreneur Tour. This is the only developed Black video game developer, Jacqueline Beauchamp. This video game has been available on the Xbox platform. And know what the great thing about this, Nick? It has all the amazing drum lines at halftime of all the historically Black college and universities. Can you imagine that, man? Popping this in and just listen to the drum lines, and woo. So that's what we've been doing, Nick, over the last 6 weeks. But now it's time to get on that freedom train and join us where? In Zanzibar, baby. Join us in Zanzibar. So, Nick, take us to the Zanzibar spot. Let them see again. We'll come back and wrap this thing up, because guess what? If you want to be free, you got to have first a dream, second a plan, and third, you got to put that work in, baby. You got to put that work in. So cue it up, Nick. You've been doing an amazing job. It's seamless. Hey, everybody, give Nick a round of applause. And matter of fact, why don't you guys that's on here watching the show live with us, let us know where you're from. If you got a couple of quick questions, why don't you come up with some questions when we come back, and we'll entertain those questions. Anything pertaining to Zanzibar, financial education, and the pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. And we always want you to come join us on the Beaches of the World Club in Zanzibar. So, Nick, I think you're ready. Cue it up. Let's do it seamlessly like you always have been, and we'll be right back. And remember, we only advertise for us, with us, by us, because that's the only way you can have 100% equity and ownership. We'll be right back.
This is DJ the Money Coach with Financially Free D. We're here in the amazing Zanzibar at what beach?
Nwingi Beach.
That's right, and we're living the pom-pom lifestyle. That plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club, Zanzibar style.
Zanzibar, baby.
All right, we are back.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Family Finance Friday. Zanzibar grand opening is 100 days from today, opening up our 220 unit luxury residential resort in Zanzibar, and you need to come there with us. It's not even an option for you not to be there with us. Not even an option. Okay? And we're gonna tell you why. Because one, it's gonna be an 8-day, 7 nights adventure. You're gonna have 3 excursions. Okay? The 3 excursions. The one that's the most popular for me, it's called Paradise Island. And it's actually where you go out in the middle of the Indian Ocean and it parts like the Red Sea, and nothing but a sandbar is what they call it. And you party for like 4 or 6 hours in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It's unprecedented. Trust me. It is a 8th wonder of the world. That's number 1. Number 2, from a historical standpoint, we take you down to Spice Island, the Spice Farm. The Spice Farm. And then we tell you a world history lesson for 2-3 centuries on how Zanzibar used to be the number 1 spice provider for the whole world. You can take any mineral, flower, fruit, and drop a seed in this soil, and it can grow it anytime, any place, anywhere. Only place on the planet that does that is the Spice Farm. Okay? And then for you people who like to do that, historical, when we were blah, you actually have a tour of Stone Town. And Stone Town is where you can go and get your roots of when you were, inferior to somebody else. But me personally, I don't really get down with that stuff, but we do provide it. Okay? I only look on the bright side of the moon. And guess what? Prior to that narrative, we were already dominating the world. And that's what we do. Okay? From there, you also get experiences of market days. You get to go swim with the whales, swim with the dolphins, the big sea turtles, all that great stuff. And then the number 1 reason why people come there is kite season, baby. You get to come there, these very beautiful kites attached to surfboards and taught how to do aerobatic feats on the Indian Ocean. It's amazing. So that's one reason. You get 2 beautiful meals a day. I'm talking about meals fresh out of the ocean, fresh off the farms with no pesticides. They rarely use refrigeration on the island, ladies and gentlemen, because they don't have to. They got all God's fresh fruits and vegetables right there. You'll never taste a better whole organic fruit, plant, vegetable, seafood ever in your life. I can guarantee you that. Okay? So you get this a beautiful breakfast, you get a beautiful dinner. Then we're also going to give you 3 parties. One is going to be the celebration of the grand opening, red carpet. Then we're going to give you another one by our partners that actually celebrate you to help us bring this together. And then we're going to have a parting party. That's the whiteout Pom Pom Lifestyle Party, where we party like it's 1999 on the beaches of Zanzibar. It don't get no better than that. And then the icing on the cake, if you're a business owner, like 80% of people that go there with us, I'm actually going to teach you with my team actually how to plant your roots and your legacy in Zanzibar for a lifetime. Think about that. Think about when the other people show you all the $1 million commercials and you just go over there and get an experience and you take pictures all cute and stuff like that, but you come back with experience. How about go with experience and come back with some assets to pay you passive income for the rest of your life? Which one you like? Taking pictures and look cute, or taking pictures and getting paid for a lifetime passively through business, real estate, and leveraging the tax laws? I think it's a no-brainer, baby. I think it's a no-brainer. Real simple. So we're going to do that. And on top of that, let's say you can't make to the grand opening. We actually have a special for you. We have a special that you can actually go. Nick, cue this up. I know, again, we don't run by a script here, but pull up the condominium. We have an amazing 2-bedroom, top floor condominium sitting on the Indian Ocean that we're doing a special right now, 7 days, 6 nights for only 3 payments of $499. That excludes your airfare, but we also facilitate your airfare and your visas for you as well if you've never been through the process. We'll do that for you absolutely complimentary. So it's 7 days, 6 nights, 3 installments of $499, and you can stay in this amazing, beautiful 2-bedroom, top floor condominium with all furniture made by Africans that look like us, and you only 3-minute walk directly to the beautiful Indian Ocean. So Nick, when you had that ready, you let me know, and let's just run the tape. And then if you have those questions for us, I'm going to entertain a couple of questions real quickly, and then we're going to close out, and we're going to help you take a bite out of Zanzibar. And that's really what we're excited about today. But remember, like, share, and subscribe.
You gonna play this video right here?
Yeah, you can play that one, but I also want to show them the condo, the 2-bedroom condo.
Okay. All right.
So this, what you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is one of our first trips that we took. Get there. Yeah, so you were right there. That put a slide back at the condo was right there. So let's show them.
Okay.
Show them there. And that's what we're running right now as a special, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can't make it on MLK weekend, you can actually go here right now, any time of the year.
My baby, my Valentine. Can I hit to make you what temperature it is? If you leave me a good time, I swear. You are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest. Loving the thought of me, I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never did it back and it's real. Open and make us feel. Yeah, my love one thing. We make a bad man sing.
Yes, yes, yes. So that right there, what you just saw, you saw two things. One, you saw one of our recent tours with about 20 professionals just like you that took their first trip to Zanzibar, and about 70% of those people actually became investors in the projects that we're doing right now, which is amazing. The second video that you saw was the actual 2-bedroom condominium on the top floor of our development that's ready. You can partake with that. You can actually buy the program or the package, 3 installments of $499, and you can go whenever you want. Good for 6 months, I believe, Nick, if I'm not mistaken. So you can purchase it today and you can take that trip 6 months down the road anytime you want to. So that's amazing. Think about that. Get a bucket list trip for less than, $1,500, and you go stay in a 2-bedroom condominium on the top floor, 3 to 5 minute walk right into the beautiful Indian Ocean. And you can go anytime you want to right now today. And now that's excluding airfare, but we'll help you get airfare and we'll help you get visas and all that stuff. Or you can meet us at the grand opening and experience our 220 unit luxury residential resort and actually stay in the resort with us. That's even more amazing. But it's only about 10 spots left, and you can hit the link below in our program. So if you have any questions real quickly for us, we'll entertain those. We're gone a little bit long, but we wanted to share with you why Family Finance Friday and the Zanzibar grand opening, which is 100 days from today. We're opening it up on MLK weekend, and you should be there with us. There's no reason for you not to. So if you have a couple of questions for us, we'll entertain those questions. But do us a favor. Like, share, subscribe. It's free. Because this is the way we actually organically get the word out to our community, and we don't have to be dependent on anybody. That's the most important piece, because how do you practice those 5 core principles of success? Cooperative economics. That means that anybody that looks like you, that's running a legally, ethically, and morally sound business that you can vet through the 7 spheres of money, do business with them. Number 2, leverage your professional network. That's how you scale up your business and stop being a mom and pop shop and actually can be a 30-year successful business, a 21 successful business like we have run. Number 3, take an established ecosystem and partner with another established ecosystem and scale up to make it bigger and broader and better. That's what multinational companies do. Disney owns a multitude of billion-dollar companies. Do you know that? That's ecosystems working together. And then when you do that the right way, you can actually have equity and ownership in everything that you do. And you never got to be worrying about what somebody else is doing or what they're not doing for you, because guess what? They're not your competition. You're your own competition. That's the facts of the matter. So we have enjoyed talking to you guys today. We're doing a lot of great things coming up. We're actually about to head down to Florida for the Heart and Soul Festival provided by our partner PA over at Jams. And if you're in Orlando area, come check us out on October 14th at the Heart and Soul Festival. And you'll see us up on stage rocking this thing out, because that's the epitome of the pom-pom lifestyle, baby. When you have plenty of money and peace of mind and you developed it through starting businesses, buying real estate, leverage the tax laws, you're free, baby. No consumer debt, no home loans, no car loans, 100% free, making over $8,333 a month in passive income. And freedom is worth everything you got to do legally to acquire it. And there's no reason why you can't get it. And matter of fact, on October 11th, we're doing our next master training. So if you want to get the basic tools of how to build a successful business, or even how to start a successful business, or even how to get out of consumer debt, pay off your home in 7 to 10 years, build business credit from $0 to $100,000 interest-free for 12 to 18 months, get in our master training. In our master training, we'll have our CPAs, our financial planners, our mortgage bankers. We'll have our construction engineering crew from Zanzibar live. If you're serious, you're going to do one of three things after watching this program tonight. First, you're going to plug into that back to the basics training and get the fundamentals to get you the success you need, either paying off your debt, raising your credit score, buying assets, and leveraging the tax laws. Or number two, you're going to say, you know what? I want to take that bucket list trip and be there on the grand opening. So you're just going to make that deposit. Or number three, you're going to say, you know what? I want to do the trip before then or after, and then you're going to take advantage of the special. That's really all it is. And yes, why would I not tell you about what we're about? The only way you become successful and create multi-generational wealth is to own your own narrative. And we own our own narrative. But here's the great thing. We want to help you have the same success, because there's three phases of life that you go through, and I'm going to end it with this. First one is struggle. That means you are learning education or hard knocks to get to success. What is success? Success, in my definition, is a professional who makes $75,000 to $250,000 a year and can live the American dream, which we've been all programmed for hundreds of years. But the most important pathway is significance. That's when you help people get from struggle to success and help people get from success to significance by giving back to the community. And that's the phase that we're in our lives. And we do that to help more of us get to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And we don't need any welfare or any parades or anything. All we need to do is impact your family and allow us to help you, give you a hand up, not a handout. So if that makes sense, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to live the pom-pom lifestyle, which is what Nick has on his shirt, plenty of money, peace of mind, and you actually want to do it the right way by starting business, buying real estate, leveraging the tax laws, then you need to be in the master class. And if you want to be a big boy and a big girl like us, and you want to take a bite out of Zanzibar, baby, buy all the real estate, invest in the ancillary businesses that support the real estate and a $1.3 billion economy from our resort by 2027, then travel with us exclusively and hit the link and come join us on the beaches of the World Club, Zanzibar. I'm DJ the Money Coach. You're watching Family Finance Friday. The grand opening to MLK weekend is 100 days away. And what we say is, don't meet us there, baby. Beat us there. And we wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club, Zanzibar style, baby. Nick, roll the tape. Have a great weekend, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach coming to you live at the Black Travel Expo. We're bringing in our amazing Calero with Rev Up and Minnesota, baby. Come join the pom-pom lifestyle. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Join us on the beach of the World Club exclusively with Black Travel Expo in Zanzibar and the pom-pom lifestyle, baby. Here with my senior partner of the 100% black-owned tequila, 100% organic, and we're rocking with Minnesota Moments. And what are we bringing? It's the pom-pom lifestyle, baby. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the beach of the World Club exclusively with the Black Travel Expo in Zanzibar, baby. Meet us there. What's happening, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach coming at you. What you're seeing today on this video is equity and ownership, and we actually have brought a group of business owners who actually have become investors with us because they see that I own over 7 figures worth of equity and ownership in land and business and property here in Zanzibar. So my question is, how much equity and ownership do you have? Are you the real deal, or are you just trying to sell me the sizzle of what you don't have? Hit the link, join me in the masterclass, and you'll get the access to what these business owners in the United States have too. Join the pom-pom lifestyle movement. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Join me on the beaches of the World Club in Zanzibar. I'll see you next time.
right here. This is the future, baby. 2027, over 5,000 beautiful units, from residential to commercial to townhouses to single-family houses, sports, fields, restaurants, all of that great stuff. So come on out here and let you see what paradise is like from the top of the
when we go back to the history, we find out that the first people in these islands were the pure Africans who came from different parts of the mainland Africa. And this is the time you need to have an expert coming to pollinate the flowers. Because bees, butterflies, wind, rain, whatever cannot pollinate vanilla roses. Very important, yes. And actually,
Nice to see you. My name is Mr. Coco Chanel. Mr. Coco Chanel. But the real name, my name is Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, Easy. So where from?
USA.
USA, United States of America.
Remember, we were here last year.
That's good.